Hello guys and welcome to the first episode of Blender Clips. Today we're mostly going to be focusing on this main viewport as well as this side toolbar here. Our first goal is to be able to move around, and you do that by holding your scroll wheel down or clicking with the scroll wheel, and you can drag around like so. Now that we can move ourselves around the screen, I think we also want to be able to move our objects around the screen, such as this cube or this camera here or this little light. There are multiple ways of moving an object around the screen. One way is to use these little widgets they have to move it around by just left clicking and dragging it. Another method is to use this translate button here, or the shortcut for it is G. You can also limit the direction at which you can also limit the direction by pressing either X or Z, X, or Y. You can cancel a translate by left clicking, and you can cancel it by right clicking. Now that we can move an object, let's see if we can't add an object. Maybe we got tired of that little cube. Up here, there is an add button. For you, it may be a create button on the sidebar or a add button down here. We're going to ignore most of these other options except for mesh right now. And we're going to add a cylinder. Notice where it added the cylinder. It added it where this 3D cursor was. We can move the 3D cursor by simply left clicking. And if we add another object, like a cone, it'll add it at the 3D cursor. Alongside translate, we can also rotate. Once again, we can limit the direction it rotates. We can also scale and limit the direction it scales. Once again, we can also use these widgets. And just switch the widgets we're using. We can also completely turn off these widgets. Some object. Let's say we want to delete our old object. We can accomplish this by simply pressing X. Say we really like this cylinder, we really like the way it was, we could duplicate it by holding Shift and pressing D. So we have this object here selected, but say we wanted to select a new object. Selecting objects can be done by right-clicking the object. You can also select the light and the camera. Selecting multiple objects is possible by holding Shift. Like you can rotate and scale and translate multiple objects as like one object, you can also do it to multiple objects. Your challenge from this video is to press all the buttons along the side of the toolbar.